Well, first of all, I would say I think whatever benefit that somebody can get from ayahuasca or any plant medicine can also be achieved in other ways. So I do not think that it's something that everybody needs to do. It's
Yeah.
a very personal decision. I think like if you feel personally called to trying it, then I would encourage it, but I would never say that like everybody needs to do ayahuasca. So for me, and it's very different for everybody, but I guess my best description of it is that it will take you and put you face to face with all of the skeletons in your closet that have either been hiding out like unbeknownst to you, like below your awareness, or that you have been choosing not to look at because you know that it's going to be scary and uncomfortable. So ayahuasca will just put you face to face with all of those personal shadows, you know, and that can be very challenging. It can be very confrontational. I know for me, I did 4 ceremonies, and a couple of them were like hands down the most difficult nights of my life. But on the other side of that, it can be very healing, because if you can actually just, you know, face those things and go through them, then you can integrate them, and then you can learn a lot of lessons. So I learned a lot, but I would also say like it's not a magic pill. It's not something that's just going to heal you or fix you. I think it shows you where healing is needed. And then after your ceremony, when you go return to your normal life, it's kind of your responsibility to follow through on that healing if you choose to.
And how long does the effect last? So how long does the whole self realization last? I'm pretty sure that there are some after effects that happen. What is your personal experience? What happened after you consumed it?
Yeah, it's the ayahuasca is funny because it's not like other drugs or plants or substances, in that most things you can kind of predictably just say like, you know, if 10 people get high, they're all going to probably have like a similar experience. Like if 10 people
Yeah.
smoke weed. But like with ayahuasca, it's very different from person to person and even from ceremony to ceremony. So I did 4 ceremonies, and each one was incredibly different from the others. But I can take the first one and say it can take a long time to hit. The first time I did it, I drank the cup and nothing happened for about an hour. And I was just lying on my mattress for an hour. And the place that I did it, everybody has a mattress and everybody has a bucket next to the mattress, because a lot of people puke when they do
Yeah.
ayahuasca. I actually never threw up in 4 ceremonies, which is like kind of crazy, but which I was told was pretty rare. Oftentimes, like you can have a very difficult experience where you're physically like throwing up or like shitting yourself or puking or whatever. You can have a very ecstatic experience where you're just like laughing or crying, like tears of joy. You can yawn. Literally, I was like yawning for hours, and the shaman told me that that's a form of purging. He's like, if you're not throwing up, as long as you're yawning, you're fine. And I was like, the whole time I was just like, ugh. So I know I'm kind of like tiptoeing around your question because it's so hard to describe.
I understand.
But yeah, I would say like common themes that people experience is death. I experienced my own death. I physically felt like I was dying, and it's like kind of like an ego death, teaching you to let go. That's a very common thing that people experience. It's actually called the vine of death. That's like what ayahuasca means. So yeah, but it's very personal for everyone.